What's up, people? Back with some more techno, and that's right, I said techno, not with the word acid in front of it. I mentioned it before, certainly on Discogs, conversations with others, maybe here in these videos before. I think I have. But the point is, a techno tune without acid has to be pretty special. It has to be pretty monumental in terms of its sonic stylings to really capture my attention. I'm a 303 addict. I'm a 303 junkie. Put simply, acid techno is by far and away the type of techno that I'm most interested in. But there are techno tunes that surpass that barrier, if you will, and catch my attention even if they don't have a 303. So we're going to listen to one of those. We're going to listen to Hydraulics 13.7. We're going to listen to the original mix of Dave the Drummer's Hotwire. Many of you will know this tune. Many of you will love this tune like I do. I just should mention, I'm not going to retell the full story, but I saw Henry play a set. I think it's Dave the Drummer. I think it was his Dave the Drummer. But it was at a party in the Silmar, which, if you don't know, that spawned the Secret Hero release with Jose. But again, he played a version of this at that event. I'm not sure, I don't think it was the original here, and I don't know if it was the 2008 remix. I think it might have been a later mix. But definitely he played it, and it's a tune that it went off as you might expect. The original will go off. So here we go, Dave the Drummer's original mix of Hotwire on Hydraulics 13.7. Bass line is going to drop in early, and when it does, it's going to announce its presence like a badass motherfucker, like, you know, Jules in Pulp Fiction. That is Samuel L's name, right? Jules? I have that right. It's just fucking big and tough and like, you know, stand in its way at your own peril. Oh my god. Very blue collar, like, oh, sort of like distortions in the bass line. Little double clap, like a cymbal hit and like a backward sort of boomerang into the next measure, where the cymbals have now taken over and made it their own domain. Fuck. Again, not many techno tunes can do this to my brain, but it's very clear why this one can. It's got power, it's dynamic. Oh, I got back cue this time. Big sweeping fucking sound. Oh, now this kind of like dissonant, creaking, ghostly layer. Oh my god. Cymbals back to dominant. Oh my god. I didn't think this came until later. Now the bass line just kind of like rising in a very, again, like deathly way, while this now like death bird like shrieks out over the track. It's no longer a ghostly creak, it's like a ghostly shriek. Those little and the end of the they just keep fucking around with he keeps fucking around with the way he's ending the measures. Like, I love it. like I'm being haunted by techno ghosts. Techno banshees. And it's haunting, but it's also so tough as fuck. Now this is like ghostly industrial desert sort of vibe as we break down here. Banshee's going back to a creek. It's a vocal, right? Yeah, it's like a very affected sort of chopped vocal. And the bass line's just gonna come back and be like, yo, you slept on me, you forgot about me. I'm here to collect my fucking... It's like a protection racket. You gotta pay up. Oh, it's coming. It's coming back around the corner. Hide your cash, hide your jewelry. It's like D.A.V.E on Friday. That vocal is fucking wicked. Again, it's like the remainder of some like long since deceased vocal. It's like the echo of the vocal. You just don't know what to expect at this point. It's kept me guessing the whole time, the end of measures. It's a wonderful techno nightmare of a track. The production quality of this track is like, to say like monumental would be to understate it. It's like the sound quality of all the different elements is brilliant. The sequencing and dynamism is brilliant. Sort of the atmosphere of the track, consistent but like evolving too. The bass line with those little, the combination of those two elements. The Banshees are like, don't forget us. We've been haunting the track since very early. I mean, honestly, there were more non-acid techno tunes like this. Easier said than done, right? Fuck. When it does that... Oh my god, it's all rough again on the way out. Sometimes, like, I've said it before, sort of like energetic but otherwise pretty stripped down intros and outros, they can hit really hard if they're composed like nicely, like to the point where I'm like rocking out as hard there as I am the main part of the track. Like, again, you don't know what to expect. You're like, what? it is a contender for like most devastating and demonstrative bass line. Oh my god, I love that end. It just sort of like fades into the background. Yeah, it's an amazing track, and again, it takes a very special non-acid techno tune to catch my eye and or ear, I guess I should say. And this one not only caught it, but continues to maintain its audience. Yeah, so full marks to Henry Cullen. It's just an obliterating tune. It obliterates your brain, the speakers, the dance floor, the entire party, the entire weekend of the brains that went to the party. Yeah, it's just powerful, wicked, and I didn't remember it being quite as sort of like nightmarish and ghostly and deathly as it was. It had like a more wicked vibe. I knew it was like tough and big and hard. I didn't quite remember how wicked it was. So yeah, that like double bonus points for that sort of atmosphere, because it was really captured my mind, because it was not just one part or like one element. It was, you know, multiple parts of the track and multiple elements contributed to that sort of like techno graveyard feel. So that was super dope. Anyway, let me know if you're a big fan of this one. I'm sure a lot of you are. I just think it's, you know, not only sort of like a famous track, but there's a reason some tracks are sort of classic and famous. And, you know, I did a reaction to his Tonal Shift remix. And if you haven't seen it, you know, go watch the reaction, but, you know, maybe not even so much for the reaction if you don't want to sit and watch the whole video. But Henry had a nice story about where the track landed, if you will, like when he had finished it, and he sort of had an experience with Chris where Chris was hearing it for the first time. And it was a really cool anecdote, so go check that out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, let me know if you're a big fan of this track. Let me know if you have a lot of hydraulics. I think I have one or two more. Admittedly, as an acid techno addict, I don't have nearly as many of those as I do Stay Forever and many other labels, but I totally respect the quality and the production chops, if you will, of the label. You know, Henry and other people that I know have been on the label. So, and there's one that it's in my want list for a long time. This one he did with Sterling. I think it's like Red Light something and Acid House Fever or something like that. I got like that one, like has to be purchased. But basically, I have a few other hydraulics. We'll get to those. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed. Let me know if you're a fan of Henry's work that is not acid heavy. I know a lot of you are. Like I said, I tend to focus more on acid techno productions. But again, if a tune is like really good enough without acid, it will capture my attention, as this one has. I noticed on Discogs when I checked earlier, there is one copy of this available. I think it's like $30 US, not super cheap, but you know, for the quality that you heard here, surely there might be one of you who might want to spring and grab that. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day, have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Peace.